There are so many games in the cozy genre, and I'm here to tell you which ones suck and which ones are worth your time. On the docket today, Discounty. Quick thank you to Crinkle Cut Games for giving me a free copy of this game. I was not required to say anything specific. I can have whatever opinion I want, good or bad. Okay, let's get into it. Discounty is an RPG cozy store sim where you open and level up a new supermarket in a small town, all while getting to know the villagers in the town around you. There's controversy, intrigue, poisonous fog. This game has everything. Your main goal each day is to run a new store, stock the shelves, check out customers, do everything that you would do in a normal retail job, which should immediately make you want to hate the game, but working retail in-game is fun for some reason. Once you're done for the day, you're free to roam around the streets conversing with all the people who inhabit the area and who also in turn shop at your store. These villagers are no joke. They're not the lifeless dolls that we're used to in other games. New Horizons. They have witty, story-driven dialogue that keeps you invested in their lives as the town evolves around you. This isn't your typical MMO questing either. You aren't just questing to quest. You're questing to build a story and expand on the characters' lives. It's not fruitless. You aren't bringing 3 watermelons to John because he needs them for a stew, and the quest ends there. What kind of stew has 3 watermelons? I don't know. I just wrote down the first thing that came to my mind. You're helping Carl find his sheep so he can mark them to be killed later, which furthers the story in a way that I don't really know if is a spoiler or not, so I'm just gonna not spoil it. But yeah, that's a real quest. Discounty is one of the few games where the things that you do matter in the grand scheme of the game. It doesn't feel pointless. And that's one thing that many games, especially cozy games, don't do well. I can play every MMO under the sun for hundreds of hours and enjoy my time doing it. But half the time, I couldn't tell you what the story was really about. The more I play Discounty, the more I actually feel immersed in the world and a part of the game. While I consider this a cozy game, it definitely has its challenges. With difficult gameplay, not with, like the game itself. First of all, math. Those times tables you were supposed to memorize in like 2nd grade, I hope you remember them and didn't forget because you've only been using a calculator to double check 6 times 7 for the last 15 years. You better know them now, or just use the in-game calculator, I guess. But that requires you to either memorize the price of every item in your store, which at the beginning pretty easy, but eventually is hard, or take up precious time looking through your manual of items to find the price while your customer steams from impatience. Running the shop gets tough. Sure, because of the math, but also because of the sheer number of customers that come in and the number of items you have to keep stocked. Like most games, the beginning is deceptively easy, just a few things, a couple of customers. They all pretty much leave happy because you can do things fairly quickly, no big deal. But once you get the ball rolling, holy crap, these guys move. Even Granny over here, who walks at a snail's pace normally, I have this thing that makes her go fast. Look at her go. You need to make sure you have the right item stock so your customers aren't upset. If you run out, you either need to quickly restock before they get mad, or find them in the store and let them know that you suck at video games and the item is sold out. They'll be mad, but less mad, just kind of like real life. At the end of the day, you're given a bunch of happiness reports and profit reports and all that stuff too, so if you want something to min-max, you can min-max it here. But if you are looking for something with a little bit of a cozy challenge, I guess we'll call it, it's no Dark Souls, but this game is fun. I'm still pretty early in my Discounty journey, but that just means that there's a ton of stuff I have yet to experience. Will Discounty suck later? Probably not. If the game keeps me as interested as it currently does, then this is one of the most addicting games that I have played all year. Whenever anyone asks me about it, I keep referring to it as like a Stardew Valley but shop sim instead of farm sim, because it does remind me of how in-depth Stardew is. Discounty gives me the same vibes, not just the pixel art either, but like the actual gameplay. And not many games come close to that same level of perfection that Stardew has set. Why is it addicting? I don't know if it's the shopkeeping that's satisfying or what, but I am so excited to go to bed and start the next day. I'm intrigued by the villagers' interconnected stories. I've never been so happy to complete a quest to see what else is next. I'm not upset when I have to save up some ridiculous amount of money to upgrade my store. It's just a new challenge that I have to hit. It doesn't feel like a tedious mechanic of the game. The daily store operations are challenging enough to keep me interested, and each day is a little bit different. When you add a new item, or you want to move everything around to try to see what you can sell at the front, or maybe there's a new upgrade at the hardware store and you'll just sell a bunch more items for that upgrade. There's a lot of things. If you want a new addiction, get Discounty. You'll brush up on your math, you'll finally appreciate villagers that live in your town, and you'll complete some satisfying, productive quests. It is everything I'm looking for in a game at a time when most games, especially cozy games, just end up being more of the same. It's refreshing to play a game that takes the popular mechanics and gives them a unique twist. And it's only 20 bucks! Far cry from $80 games we're getting now. These indie devs, my god, they're saving the gaming industry. Most of the games I think I've enjoyed over the last couple years have all been indie games. If you're looking for a new fixation, Discounty could be the game for you. I highly recommend. On a scale of Poisonous Fog to oh my god, I remembered all my times tables, Discounty is a solid 9. Oh, and actually, as I'm recording this, there's a new update for free, so that's pretty cool. What game do you want me to cover next? Let me know down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!